Like I see, like when Diddy up Carl Winslow, we was at the party, and me
He messed up my childhood when he told me that.
So I hear niggas just wearing out some shit. I'm like, huh? Like hearing that, I'm like, on 6 who's wearing this bitch out?
Right.
Kicking the door, boom.
This is real?
I seen Carl Winslow put his
That's
head
the
up
father.
on
Ain't that the
6.
father
Like,
from Family Matters?
yeah.
Leave a comment,
way.
man.
And then,
Man.
So who's piping Carl? Diddy?
yeah, Diddy was.
I think people understand what it's like to be traumatized by somebody famous and rich.
Man, would you all believe that this cat did is over there pretending as like nothing has changed since the raid guy has been maintaining appearances? The feds are accumulating evidence against him and filing further charges, and all he is doing is sipping Mai Tais and lounging on the beach.
He animated to almost a statue again when the question comes up. It doesn't really get to a question. He just talks about an interview and he sees it coming.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense.
And so he tries to shut that down. And we see him get really quiet. He pulls that mic up, he scoots down a little bit, and he takes his pen and he starts pushing it into his face. And that's one way we get rid of built up stress and tension. That's another way to pacify yourself. And then he starts chaffing and redirecting and ends up talking about God's mission that God wants him to do. He starts talking about how he's changed and how things are different. He gets the specifics of what a great guy he is now, but he used to be not a great guy. So that to me right there says a whole lot when we see and hear all that.
Diddy is now very strong, and he has his testicles embedded in almost anything he can get his grubby hands on. When Wendy Williams leaked a picture of Diddy that had never been publicized,
when Wendy Williams revealed a never-before-seen photo with Diddy, he made sure that she got fired.
Yes, it's very effeminized, but be very clear. There were lots of homosexuals in hip-hop back in the 80s, too. That was what's worse, hip-hop wearing skirts or hip-hop being closeted and having a plethora of kids to prove manhood that, and denial of something that you shouldn't have to deny, which is your sexuality. So I hear what Jamar is saying, but we come from a very homosexual era of hip-hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle now. So,
do you think now with people like Frank Ocean coming out of the closet, even though he's not exactly a rapper, but he definitely overlaps into the rap community? Mm-hmm. Do you think that we're gonna have a time where it's cool to be a gay rapper?
I don't know, because I still see Frank Ocean as being one amongst many, but one, and that's good. But and then there was the notion of this radio DJ in New York who is in denial. So that just goes to show you how far the homosexual movement within hip-hop and sports still needs to go. It is politically correct to be accepting, but behind closed doors, people are still hating. And Jason, the basketball player, is one, but it will be a long time, I think, before another actively playing in the locker room ball player comes out. And it's unfortunate, but that's where I am, on it. Frank Ocean, good for him. And Jason, good for him.
Was announcing in her super highly rated afternoon show that might have been even syndicated then, that she had big news coming that involved Justin Combs. Perked my ear up. I said, yo, what's going on? We started calling everybody. He was calling me. He got a heads up. He started calling the bosses at Hot 97. The street team was listening. They heard, the executives heard. We instantly all left the office, 19th Street, summoned cabs, some in cars, some running all the way down to Hudson Street where Hot 97 was to get down there just to handle the situation and make sure that that picture was not exposed to the masses. If you look back, history will tell you that she was let go from Hot 97 over that.
I know I pissed a lot of people off, including you.
He made sure that she was dismissed. The pyramid scheme of MH Man, you have to give the guy some fresh meat if you want to get out, and that was Justin Bieber being pimped out by Usher to P. Diddy. Despite the fact that he experienced the same thing when he was 14. So what's that old adage about the abused becoming the abuser? He actually didn't have much of an option.
And being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. So if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters, and I just want to protect her, I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. Yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
Do you realize how important your story is? Every time I have a conversation with someone who's been through this unique type of experience, I'm searching for some kind of truth that can help.
I commend you for going there and asking the tough questions and the things that people don't want to talk about, and they don't want to go there because it's revealing.
But by settling with Cassie, he had given his former associates a legal avenue to pursue several cases against him. For many years, Cassie was his girlfriend, and her knowledge seemed limitless. The strange thing is that, despite how much Diddy has revealed about his lifestyle in interviews and sporadic social media posts over the years,
paid her for what she didn't say. Because if you already they say the lawsuit had already been out there. So she basically leaked. And that she leaked was horrible. So I guess that she didn't tell us was about. So imagine what that she held then was about. You get what I'm saying? Because she had to have some leverage after you done told everybody, now why would I pay you? I paid you because I need you to shut up. Basically, you let a little air out the tire, but you let me know that I got the real information. Remember that night you said, oh yeah, because you see what he did with Lil Rod? He told Lil Rod, oh, I did this, I did that. So it ain't far-fetched for him to be done told Cassie way more.
Right now.
I don't have any money on me.
You don't carry money on you?
No.
No.
I don't carry money. I mean, it's just a little bit of money on me.
Oh, you do have money on you. Lord have mercy. It's all 20s. Where are you going after this?
Well, you know we doing what we plan to do, girl. No, but I really want to go back to that because it's really important. When you have success, people start to look at you about your money. And if you understand the importance of what you could do with money, and that's how you grow. And so that's how I've been growing. And I want people to know that. I don't want to be on those lists. I want to be able to give my money to people that need it.
He has never felt the need to conceal how wild he is. Given all of these charges, one would assume Diddy would have no one attempting to clarify or provide a strong defense for the man.
Diddy. I'm not going to speak bad about P. Diddy because he's still a black man. Mistakes happen, and I can't say if it is or it's not a mistake, but things happen in life. And P. Diddy business is P. Diddy business. It's not my job or anyone else's job to go on the internet and stump him and kick a man while he's down. My take on it is it's not my business. I don't think it's right at all, and I don't condone it. Even if that happened to my daughter, I would be hurt, but that's a choice that my daughter made.
It's another black man in this industry going through some unfortunate, circumstances. And so, I wish him luck as well with everything he's going through. And, and if there's victims in this, I can't speak on things that I don't know about Pierce. And so I wish everybody, love. It's a very unfortunate thing for the victims of these situations, and for the people who also being accused of these situations. I believe in justice, and I believe in the crime fitting the, the punishment fitting the crime. I believe in that as well. And if people get convicted of the things that these people are saying, then they should be put in jail. But I also believe, on the flip side, if people are lying about these things, they should also be taken to court, tried, and...
Did in her case, Cassie claimed that she had been subjected to sexual assault and coerced into attending swinger parties. It seemed that Diddy's former associates had also told Cassie that Diddy had done the same to him.
Andre Harrell, I'll be sure, Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al. And Al, Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? There's too many coincidences. Fuck you, Honeycomb. We gonna get you and your little dog, too. Run as fast as Cassie did.
Including punching her in the face. She claims that Cassie's response to the incident led her to assume that she was used to it and that it wasn't his first time acting in that manner.
One of which took place during Cassie's 29th birthday in 2015. Red says Diddy showed up at karaoke, where Cassie and a group of friends were celebrating.
So he had her back into the corner, and he was like cussing her out with his hand in her face.
Later that night, Red, who was staying at Cassie's home, says she awoke to screaming.
He's standing in the living room area, and she's there, and he was like, emotional singing, there you are. And I just was like, oh, he's talking to me. And I remember, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but I felt like I was in the presence of his monster inside. And I remember looking in his eyes, and I said to him, what did y'all do? Because I could see that she was really sedated. That was the first time I ever seen her high before. And then he says, tell your girl she wants some birthday. And we were like, well, I mean, he's saying this to me, and I'm like, well, she doesn't have to have sex with you if she doesn't want to. He was upset, I guess that she didn't want to do with him whatever he wanted. I don't know. I don't feel like I could advocate for myself in that moment. I realized, oh, this guy is...
She claims that he wants to be a big shot and move up, so maybe it's time for him to make a mistaken fist. But she is certain the guy would still find it endearing.
That he would hire these, sex workers, and, they would have, sex with her or whatever, and he would watch and tell them what to do.
In her lawsuit, Cassie alleges she was forced to participate in freak-offs throughout her relationship with Diddy. Red learning recently one horrific detail from Cassie.
She told me the only time he was willing to do anything or work on her music, go through any plans, any of that, was when she had a freak off. So all of our music, all my work, to find out that I spent all these years writing these songs for him to rape my friend to, is just disgusting.
In the lawsuit, Cassie detailed the physical abuse she says Diddy committed, including an instance where she was put in a hotel room for days to heal. Red says Cassie recently told her about Diddy giving her a black eye before the premiere of her 2016 film, The Perfect Match.
I remember one time her telling me that, I think it might have been The Perfect Match, that movie that she was in, and she told me that she had a black eye under her makeup.
Do you believe Diddy is a dangerous person?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I mean, look at his rap sheet.
An attorney for Cassie declined to comment. Diddy's attorney did not respond. In 2015, Diddy was arrested on 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon and other charges for allegedly beating up his son's football coach. Prosecutors declined to file felony charges related to that arrest. 24 hours after Cassie filed her lawsuit, she and Diddy announced that they had reached an undisclosed settlement. Combs released a statement saying, "We have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best." His lawyer adding that the settlement was, quote, "in no way an admission of wrongdoing."
I mean, I just feel like it's PR. He's settled because he doesn't want to go to court.
Diddy's music career spans 3 decades, including 3 Grammy Awards and the creation of Bad Boy Records, representing artists from Mary J. Blige to the late Notorious B.I.G. In September, he was awarded MTV's Global Icon Award. But since the allegations surfaced, Hulu scrapped a reality series about his family, and the Recording Academy said they are considering to rescind his invite to this year's Grammys.
I think a lot of people, especially in the Black community, are, I've seen the narrative of you know, they just trying to take a black man down. And it's just like, that's not what this is about. That's not what this is about. This is about accountability and a reckoning. Like, that's just the bottom line.
As for what justice looks like,
I think justice looks like Diddy being behind bars. And I also think that justice looks like everybody getting retribution for all of the things, the amount of therapy. Like I just said, all of the moments, the time,